Hello, hello, minasan. Oh, ha. Minasan, ohayo gozaimasu. Good evening from Tokyo to the other world. The people from people of the other world. It's good morning, I think, in Africa, and some places in Europe. It's good afternoon, like in America, and some other places. And it's good night to some places. So we say Oha means good morning in Japanese. Konnichiwa means good afternoon. Konbanwa means good evening. And welcome to the show, the chat room, on Jafric Radio. Today, we're sorry we're late because we have a little difficulties with our engineering site. Today in the studio, I have one of my friends, originally from Lebanon, naturalized French, the most famous, active, how do I say, famous, noble, sweet, Japanese would say majime, actor in Japan. We've been friends over 20 years now.
Indeed.
Huh?
Indeed.
Indeed. Are you a British?
No, sir, I'm not British. As you said, I'm French. So, but like I was always crazy about English.
But wait, look, I haven't finished introducing you now.
Okay.
You just came in. You just boo him. Why you boo him like that? Why?
Because. Well, anyhow, go ahead.
I should go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay,
please.
thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, forget what happened. Okay, I'm so sorry. The program is the chat room on Jafric Radio, and today I'm here to introduce to you one of my best and friend, my best friend, my best actor, my best no hair, and his name is Mr. Kariru Mekudashi. And what is that? The last name? Ahmed. No?
No.
You okay? Once again, I introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Mr. Mekudashi Kaliru.
It's for me?
It's
okay.
you.
Okay.
How are you, Khalil?
Fine, thank you. How are you, sir?
Thank you, my brother.
Long time no see, man.
No, yeah, because of the COVID.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody is seeing anybody.
Yeah. I'm so happy that you came to the studio today.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
I wonder if I'm happy.
Why?
Because it was far.
It's far.
Yeah,
but thank you so much.
And no problem. It's a pleasure for me to come and help you, to give you a hand, as usual.
Wow. You know, this is what we call friends, huh?
Yep, that's what we call friendship.
How long have we known each other?
Maybe 23 years.
I remember.
Yeah.
At Inagamotogo office, in IMO.
Yes, we used to work in that famous for a lot of things. Good and bad.
But you know what? I always say this.
Mm-hmm.
If it were not because of Inagawa-san, maybe I'm not in this position. You are not in this position.
Of course.
This lady really helped a lot of foreigners in Japan.
Indeed.
And now there are a lot of foreigners here in Japan. We can see them on TV. We can hear them on the radio.
Yep.
And other people are doing other businesses.
Yep.
But we all started with Inagawa Motoko office.
Yeah, that's completely true.
Yeah. So I really respect this woman.
There's a good side
And a bad side, yeah, because.
But the idea is as the Japanese proverb goes, seiko no shippai wa seiko no moto.
Yeah.
So we have to learn from our mistakes. And like this, we grow up and we become more adult and we know more things.
Right.
And we don't do the same mistakes.
Right. Yeah. So what do you like about Inagawa Motoko office?
Well, it was I don't know how to explain it, but even though there were clashes, but it was like a family kind of business. Like I repeat myself, maybe like in the small and even in a small house, brothers fight each other.
Right,
They
right.
have clashes and things,
Right.
but they still love each other.
Right.
That's what the good part of IMO.
Right. Yeah.
And we learned a lot of things. I mean, it was the economy was really in good shape.
Yes.
So we were really busy. We didn't have time to think about ourselves.
Right.
So, but we enjoyed it.
Oh, I really enjoyed it. You know, those days, like 20 years ago, 25 years ago, even if you go on a shoot, you know, they pay cash right after the job.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know,
Yeah. I
they
also
pay
remember.
cash.
Even for audition, if you go to audition, we
They
used
give you
to-
transportation.
Yes.
Like Gosenyen. If
Yeah,
you're lucky,
something like-
Ichimayen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow,
So
those
remember
days.
those days.
Yeah.
Even remember one day, before I became like your colleague,
Right.
and you took me for an audition in Hachibori.
Hachobori. Yeah.
And on the way back to when we went into the station, I still remember people, oh wow, because you did the.
This is Jafric
drama.
Radio.
You remember? So everybody.
Hideyoshi.
Yeah, so I was like jealous. I wanted to be as famous as you.
Really?
Yes.
But now you're famous than me.
Not at all. You're still much more famous than.
But you know, the other day, I went to Egyo,
Mm-hmm.
and I was talking to this producer,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, Mekudashi, Kalidu, san. I was like, oh, あの人はよく知ってます。有名人です。People really knows you, but you don't recognize it.
Yep, but maybe for that reason I don't have any jobs.
No. I remember we did the Wow Wow commercial. Then your Kaminoke was like,
Yeah.
You remember the commercial?
Yeah, I remember that commercial.
that commercial was very nice.
Like what, 23 years ago? 24
Yeah, how
years
long did they play that?
It was a very short commercial, but it was fun. I mean, when I do a commercial, everybody remembers it because it's unique.
Very unique, yeah.
Very unique commercial. And I still remember we did one commercial. I can't remember for what. Actually, we were playing the role of brothers.
Yes,
And
it was
who
a
was in
commercial.
elephant?
It was a commercial for pachinko, and I put
yeah.
a heavy
Yep.
in my neck, right? I remember.
Yeah, yellow one.
Yeah, I remember. Very huge python.
Yes, and we had the elephant also.
Yeah,
It was like we are in Africa or what?
I remember that commercial. So, Mekudashi-san,
Yes.
I know you very much,
Yeah.
or very well. People watching Jafric Radio or listen to Jafric Radio
Yeah.
might not know you.
Of course.
So, can you please introduce yourself very well to our audience? Let them know who you are.
Okay. My name is Mikdashi. That's my family name. My
Mhm.
first name is Khalil. Khalil. I'm 61 years old, and
How old are you?
61.
Wow, you don't look like 61.
No, wow, thank you. So I was born in Lebanon,
Mm.
but my parents were living in Saudi Arabia, so
Mhm.
they left me alone at my grandmother's house
Mm-hmm.
to study in Lebanese school, especially
Mhm.
to study French,
Right.
because my mother wanted me to study French. So
Why French?
Lebanon was under the French mandate just after World War One, so we have a very important influence from France.
Mm.
So the rated schools are teaching French, and they were taken. I mean, they are not by government, but they are private school,
Mhm.
and especially Christian
Mhm.
school. So I stayed in Lebanon until the age of 15.
Oh wow.
And in 1975, the civil war in Lebanon started.
Right.
So went for almost a year in Saudi Arabia,
Mm.
in Jeddah, exactly. And then from there, my parents decided to send me to France to continue my
Education.
So I stayed in France for 18 years.
Mm.
And meanwhile, I just wanted to leave France because I didn't like it. I hate France.
Mm.
And not France, the French language.
Right.
I always preferred English.
Right.
So I wanted to go to the United States, and my father said, no, America is very far, and things like that. ちょっとめんどくさいだからもうやめてくれ. So I decided to study something bizarre.
Mm.
So I was thinking, okay, so like most of the Lebanese speaks good French, good English, of course.
Oh.
Italia is not very far. Greece is not very close. I think like Spain also is very close to Lebanon. It's the Mediterranean area. So I decided to study something far. So I was wondering, like, Asia. Lebanon is part of Asia, but we know nothing about Asia. On the contrary, we are kind of racist. We discriminate against Asian because we don't know them.
Oh, wow.
So I was thinking about Indonesian or Japanese. And when I was in summer vacation in Saudi Arabia,
this is Jafric Radio.
so the Filipino guy working at the shop next to my father's shop said to me, Japan is the future, study Japanese. And he taught me my first Japanese word, which was
what?
Ohayo gozaimasu. I said, what? What is this for good morning? Ohayo gozaimasu? So yeah. So okay. So when I went back to Paris, so went to the Oriental School of Paris, the equivalent of the Oriental School of Paris, where I studied Japanese. But I never thought that I was be coming to Japan, to be honest.
Wow. So you back in Lebanon?
Back to France.
No. In Lebanon,
Yes.
someone told you to learn Japanese.
And
Or that was
Lebanon,
in Saudi Arabia.
well,
The person who told you to learn
in Saudi Arabia.
in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
And you went to France.
Yeah.
And then you learned Japanese.
Yes, I learned.
And you didn't have any vision, or you didn't have any dream to come to Japan. But now here you are in Japan
Yes.
with your life.
Because at that time I had only the Lebanese passport,
Right.
and Lebanese were not really considered as, human beings. No, maybe I'm exaggerating. We had the war, we had terrorism attacks and things like that. A lot of the Lebanese were considered, like, it wasn't easy.
Right.
Even to leave France, it's not easy. So I didn't want to go to for an adventure in Japan and lose my carte de séjour, my residence in France. So it wasn't like, Japan, and going to Japan was an adventure at that time. Coming to Japan wasn't really easy. You had 20 hours flight?
Yeah.
You had to go from Paris to Anchorage, South Korea, Seoul, and then to Japan. So it wasn't easy. But I was lucky when I was studying Japanese. I had a lot of Japanese friends who were studying French in the university. They had good level
This
of
is Jafric
French.
Radio.
Right.
So they were in university to improve, their French and to become like translator or whatsoever and things like that. So I had really good Japanese friends.
You're a lucky man.
Yeah, so I came like many times here to Japan for holidays.
Okay.
In 1988 or in the early 90s.
Right.
But like staying in Japan wasn't, my cup of tea.
Yeah.
It's not my purpose because I still had my Lebanese national passport only.
Right.
And then when I applied to the French nationality and I received it, I thought, oh, okay, I might go and live for, a while, maybe 2-3 years in Japan and things like that.
All right.
I didn't work. And then went back to France. I used to work in a bank.
Oh, you were a banker?
Well, I'm not a banker. I used a bank employee. This is
Right.
a big difference.
Okay.
So that bank was dealing with the Iran-Contra affair.
Mm-hmm.
So the American government decided to shut down the activity of this bank
Oh.
in the whole world. We had a lot of branches in Africa
What bank was that?
called BCCI, Bank of Credit and Commerce International.
Mm.
So I didn't have any job.
Mm.
So I was looking for a job. I worked for 6 months in an insurance company called Europe Assistance.
This is Jafric Radio.
Especially in the Japanese section.
Mm.
But it
So
was,
by then you could speak Japanese
of course, I was
fluently.
not fluently. I mean, even now I can't say I speak it fluently, but I had a good level of Japanese.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, but it was a contract for 6 months and finished, and then suddenly decided to come to Japan again.
Mm.
And I stayed for 6 months,
Right.
and I really wanted, but I couldn't find a job. Like I wasn't lucky. And somebody introduced me to Inagawa Motoko Shimasho.
Uh-huh.
But as usual, Shacho didn't help me as much as I wanted.
Right.
So I had to go back to France. And then somebody said to me, we need somebody to work in Lebanon who can speak Japanese.
Mm.
So I decided to leave France and go to Lebanon
Mm-hmm.
to work in this company.
Mm.
They were building a Japanese restaurant
Okay. Okay.
in northern part of Lebanon,
Okay.
in a place called Jounieh, where they have a huge casino there.
Okay.
So it was very close, and the situation was becoming better. Improving in Lebanon. They were starting to
Right.
rebuild, especially Beirut and things like that, because especially Beirut, midtown, that's where the area where they had the worst fighting, and
Mm-hmm.
everything was
Yeah.
destroyed there. So I went back to Lebanon, and what was the worst mistake I ever did?
Why?
Because Lebanese were thinking that they can own the world easily. Always
Oh.
lying, always under the table,
Mm.
everything. They don't respect
Corruption.
corruption.
Which is
Impossible.
killing Africa now.
You cannot imagine.
Really?
You cannot imagine.
So from there, what happened?
Yes. And then at the beginning or the end of summer, actually, one of my uncles died, a heart attack.
Mm.
And the other one with whom I was living, because I didn't have any house,
Right. Right.
he had also a heart attack and he was paralyzed.
Oh wow.
So Lebanon became very
Tough.
tough for me,
Mm.
and the restaurant opened, so they don't need any translator anymore, any coordinator. So I didn't have any job.
Right.
So I decided to come to Japan for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that, and that was 25 years ago.
And since then.
And then, so
Wow, what a story.
So I decided when I came here, I decided to say, oh, okay, I know Inagawa Motoko.
Mhm.
So I'll go there and see if she can help me. I
Right.
know I cannot trust her,
Yeah.
but if you don't try, you don't know.
Right.
So I went there, said, do you want to do extra jobs? Extra job って何?
Right.
And she said, なんでもいいよ。大丈夫。まあ、やります。
Mm.
So one of the, 本当に the first job was very early in the morning. I was living in Nishi Ogikubo.
All right. Zomaho no eki da.
So, and I had to take the taxi to go to Azerbaijan,
Oh wow. Mm-hmm.
where the office is.
Right.
And I had to
Nishazabu.
Nishi Azebu,
Right.
over there.
Mhm.
And I had to meet a black guy, very tall guy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, can you come down?
Mm-hmm.
And his name was P.O.P.
That guy?
Yeah, that guy.
Oh.
And we took.
I know him very well.
We went to Narita,
Narita.
and we were.
I was a drama.
No, it was only like during interview, gaito interview of foreigners.
Right.
I am a foreigner.
It's a Karakuri TV.
I can't remember, but like that was 25
Yeah,
years ago.
Karaburi
Kana?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Oh, Yoshida-san, genki. Hi.
So.
Wow. You see? So that is why you started your acting
Yeah.
career.
Yeah.
So since you came to Japan, like let's say 25 years ago, and through Inaga Motoko office, you start doing this TV job and stuff.
Yeah.
So 25 years ago, comparing to let's say now, what is the difference?
The money.
The money.
The guarantee, of course.
Yeah, that's a big issue. I know.
I mean, like in the old days.
And business-wise, like the job,
In the old days.
The quality, the quantity of the job.
Yeah, the quality also went really down. I think like that. Like 25 years ago, something like that. 20 years ago, the number of foreigners was really limited.
Limited, yep. I remember. We knew each other.
We knew each other. Like when you worked as a manager, I worked as a manager too. Like at the station, when we are waiting for somebody, so when we saw the foreigners, we know that he is like IMO or something like that. But nowadays, I mean, before the corona,
right?
So like there's a lot of tourists. There are a lot of people who are not linked with this kind of jobs at the train station. So, sorry, are you coming for the shooting? No, I'm not going to shoot anybody. It's not America. We don't shoot here.
You this boy, pa. Sorry, you this man.
So yeah. Also, as I said, the money, of course, but the economy everywhere in the whole world is getting from bad to worse. So, しょうがない。仕方がない。But a lot of we had a lot of American doing, especially American women doing this kind of jobs, and they don't speak English. I'm sorry, they don't speak Japanese. So the good part also is that because they don't speak Japanese, we are here to help them to translate to them, and it's hard, but it's also challenging because it makes the job more like, oh yeah, I have done something. Nowadays, most of the ladies we are using are ladies from Ukraine or Russia or Poland or whatsoever. Lovely people.
East Europe.
East Europe, lovely people, but they speak Japanese better than I do, so you don't need to translate.
Right. Yeah. Before when we used to work together, I remember when like 15, 20 years ago, it was kind of rare to get Russian people.
Yeah.
For drama, for commercials.
Yep.
すごい苦労してたね.
Yeah. And I still remember at that time, they needed like Russian people or something like that. We had to use American instead. But can you say those lines in Russian?
It was very tough.
Yes, I can't speak. And now on the opposite.
No Americans.
There's no Americans. Most of the story that we do is about America, but the Russian ladies, of course, it's changed. But like at that time when we started, they can't speak English. So like you had to teach them how to say words in English. Yes. And I remember we had one lady, a love from Poland. She couldn't speak a word. Who is that? Yeah, I don't want to say names. So at the end, like after doing unbelievable and things like that, she started to speak fluent English. So doing that kind of job, it's also a school.
Yeah. We all learn. We all learn.
Yeah.
Mekuda-san.
Yes.
You've been here over 20 years. Since you came here, what have you learned so far? What have you learned from the Japanese people since you came to Japan? For this, 20 years living in Japan. Let's say because you're an actor in the acting industry, what have you learned?
Well, considering this the acting industry,
Yeah.
what I learned is we are looked down from the Japanese.
Mhm.
They don't. It depends on what kind of program. If it's saiyan,
Mm.
we are considered as animals.
Mm.
But if
Really?
it's, yes,
No, I don't think so.
I think so.
Mm.
And the Japanese TV is really stereotyping people.
Mm.
That's what I really dislike.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Like when I used to do like casting,
Mm.
and for example, they want story about America,
Mm.
but they only want white people.
Mm.
Yeah, but the United States is not only white people. You have African American, you have
Mm.
Asian American.
Mm.
You know, you have to mix. You know, to make it real.
Mm. Mm.
But no, they want only white people. Even I remember
Mm.
I did a casting, and they wanted French people,
Right.
right? So I called somebody I know at the French embassy,
Okay.
and I asked him to introduce me some friends,
Right.
and he did, and I was grateful to him, and I sent the pictures to the casting company.
Okay. Now on the screen we can see a video of you. Do you remember this video?
Oh, of course, I was teaching Arabic.
you were a teacher teaching Arabic.
Yeah, I was a genie that came from the lamp.
And tell us what is this about? What is this about, Mr. Khalil?
It's a TV program for
Mhm.
NHK education,
All right.
and it was teaching Arabic.
Right.
And you know the image that they have the Arab word is Alibaba and
yes,
then,
yes.
things like that, Sindibad. So I was the genie coming out from the lamp when the rabbits.
So how many movies have you done so far? What is?
Not that
Give
much.
us some names of the movies that.
I did one, and I think it's one of the biggest.
Mhm.
It was Teruma Romaitsu.
Oh yeah.
I was the bad guy from
Which-
Roma.
Abe Hiroshi.
Abe Hiroshi.
Right.
Yeah, and
That
Ueto
movie.
Aya, yeah.
Yeah, that movie was very
Yeah.
very huge.
Of course, they did two.
Yeah.
for it.
Roman 1, Roman 2.
Yes, and I did a hero with Kitaku.
Oh, Hero.
Yes.
Yes.
And I did a good movie. I really liked it, but it wasn't a hit.
They didn't show it.
No, they show it, but it wasn't a hit because it's a love story, so it didn't work that much.
Oh, and did you,
7月24日通りの Christmas.
it's you and I.
Mm-hmm.
I was there as a manager.
Maybe as a manager.
Yeah, we did it in Roppongi.
Yes.
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 I was there. I remember.
Yeah.
I took you to that
Yeah,
job.
yeah. And it was like bookstore
Yeah.
in Roppongi. Going to Asa.
Imora Izaka. Orite Hidari no Hori ne.
So, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miyazaki.
I forgot.
Miyazaki.
But I really liked it because it's really a nice love story. I think, but it wasn't a big hit.
Right. You know, that's how it is. You know,
Yeah.
It's Mizu Shobai.
Yeah.
Sometimes it hates, sometimes it doesn't
Doesn't
hate.
work, yeah.
You know, so we thank God that we are still, in the Japanese movie industry.
Yes, yeah.
Trying to survive.
Indeed.
You know.
Indeed, yeah.
So, with you being in the Japanese industry, the movie industry for about 25 years now.
Yep.
From the beginning, when you came to Inagamotoko office or like IMO, did you think or did you have any dream or like in your mind that I'm going to be a movie star in Japan?
Yes and no. To be honest, yes and no. Because when I first came to Japan in 1988, and of course I used to watch TV because there's no other thing. We didn't have internet at that time, of course. And I saw those foreigners on TV, and I was akogariteru. Like I just wanted to be like them. Right. They are funny. They speak good Japanese, but I do too. why not me?
So who was your model?
Not model, but like, oh, he's funny, but I want to be next to him, not to him. I want to be sitting next to him. Like, I forgot his name. And they had one guy, Mormon, with the huge.
Kento-san.
Yeah, so he was
Kento
funny.
Delicato.
So-
Oh my goodness! Wow, yeah. And
like
he speaks in Yamaguchi Ben.
no, that's another guy.
Oh really?
And
Kento-san with the glasses.
So I wonder what happened to him. And you have Dave Spector.
Yes.
I think his jokes are a bit. But he's funny. He's funny.
I like him.
It's okay.
He's kind of interesting person.
Yeah, he's weird. Weird guy.
So, before, I mean, like 89, 88, 89, 90, they don't have enough foreigners on
yeah.
TV. It was very limited. We can count them just about maybe less than 10.
Yep, exactly.
Sankon,
Yes.
Dave Inspector,
Yeah.
Kento Delicato.
Yeah.
There was this guy that like a macho man. I forgot his name in American. Chris something.
Yeah.
Chris
I can't remember.
Chris Chavez, Janea, Chris something. And
Chris will. You said Chris Chavez. She will be upset now.
yeah, Chris Chavez too.
We miss her.
What is this?
This is the son of a friend of mine who is the father is movie director. We did a Jishuega.
Oh, Jishuega, hi.
We did, and I visited his house twice. The first time that kids was a baby,
Right.
and then the second time here, and his name is Ueto. Ueto-kun. He is so funny. Now he's about what, 7 years old or something like that, 8 years old. Yeah. Oh man, in Japan time flies by Concorde.
Nah.
So fast.
You used to work at the bank.
Yes.
Working at the bank, and then now, working at the movie industry.
Yeah.
What is the difference?
A huge difference. Like in the movie, in the bank, in the bank I was only a clerk.
Right.
So the client comes, he wants to change his money. I take his money, count it, in computer,
Right.
okay, and then give him his money.
Right.
Et voilà, c'est terminé.
This is Jafric Radio.
In doing acting, you have to interact to know, because acting is not only you and with the client, it's the whole group.
Right.
You have the lights guy, the sound guy, the makeup girl, everybody. Like before doing those kind of things, I was, when you see people at Cannes or in Oscar and they goes, I want to thank Zona, no.
Right.
Yeah, but you are the main and things like that. But actually, no. Now I understand what they were saying. We have to thank everybody.
Why?
Because it's a teamwork.
Right.
It's a teamwork. If it's not only
You.
that person, not me, I'm nothing. I mean, the actor remembering his lines. It's not only that. Everything has to be perfect. So that's why we have to do it not only once, many times.
Rehearsal, right? Yeah.
Yes, because it has to be perfect. What's good also, like movie and theater.
You can take some chat.
Arigato. And theater. In
Right.
theater, everything from you don't have to. I'm sorry. Can you do it again? You can't say that.
Right.
You have to do it once for good. So it has to be really perfect and very strict, like a watch.
Right.
You can't move. Because if you move, if you go to the other side, the guy who's answering back to you, he panics.
Yes.
So everything has to be very strict.
Right.
I did not too much theater, to be honest, but it's really hard and it doesn't feed the person.
Right. I know that theater is very, 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 very difficult it takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
It's you put more effort.
Yep.
And then well, it depends on the role that you're going to play.
Of course.
Then your wages too will be different. Khalil.
Yes.
I remember when we used to work at IMO.
Mm-hmm.
You also started some comedy, standing comedy show.
Yep.
You and
A guy called Max.
Max.
So the name of our comedy was Minion Max.
What is the meaning of Minion Max?
Okay, Mini, I'm not very tall, and Max is as tall as you, and in length, and is tall as you in what in weight. So Mini and Max, we did it, but it was really hard because Max was really busy because he was the chief manager at IMO.
Mm-hmm.
So like Max, are we going to train? Because you have to do rehearsal and things like that.
Yep.
So yeah, sure. Okay, what time? Meet me at the station at the gate, North Gate, and things like that. Okay, what time? 3. Okay, no problem. I'm free. At 6 o'clock, he's not here.
Because he was on another job.
Yes, of course. And at
how
that
long
time,
did you guys do that comedy for?
nothing. Like maybe 1 year or something like that. Yeah.
Was it hard? Being a comedian and being an actor. Which one do you like? Which one do you prefer?
To be honest with you, we didn't work that much.
Right.
Because we didn't rehearse. You cannot invent everything. You have to rehearse and to prepare it and things like that. So it didn't work. And then he decided to bring in another Japanese guy and then some Japanese girls with whom he had some relation. And then suddenly he wanted to introduce Clement, Adamson, Zomahon, and things like that. We were two. We were supposed to be, the Japanese comedy is 2-person, right?
Right. Mostly.
And then we became a family. 8, 7, 10-person.
In a comedy.
Give me. I didn't decide anything. He decided everything.
Right.
And after a while, I met another guy. Really, I adore him. He's a really nice guy, called Robert. He's Canadian, but born in Kyoto, raised in Hiroshima. And also I tried to do it with him, like comedy and things like that. And it didn't work because, I don't know, didn't work.
So why did you want to do comedy? Because of your look?
Yeah, the look, and it's a kind of challenge also because in that area of stand-up comedy, they don't have foreigners.
Right. Yeah.
They're
those days, right? But now I think
till now they don't have. Maybe for example, I have a friend who's half Zambia and Japanese.
Oh.
But he's Japanese. He's not.
Yeah. Otsuka Sentaro.
So.
Where is he now?
I don't know.
Otsuka Sentaro. He's a good.
Yeah,
good guy.
He's a
good guy. Yeah.
Yeah. He did it with a Japanese guy. So I wanted to do that comedy. Two foreigners, and about their experience in Japan. We started to do it, and the name of our comedy team was Hige Hage, because I'm Hage, which means bald, and his name was Hige because he has a beard.
I remember very much.
Very long hair. What?
So, Miku.
Yes.
Our time is almost will be
already. I didn't say anything yet.
Yeah. So, what is your dream? I know that you're still in the industry.
Yeah.
And well, with your age and everything, I know. But what is your dream from now, with all this COVID?
Well, it's really hard to say. I think everybody's dream was shattered with this COVID-19.
Right.
We don't know what will happen in
Tomorrow.
2 hours. Time.
Like 2 hours. I said tomorrow.
No, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like every single day, the number of infected persons, not only in Japan but everywhere,
worldwide,
is increasing.
Right.
Of course, they had said, oh, okay, let's have the vaccination and things like that. I had my vaccination on the 3 days ago.
Oh, you've got it vaccinated.
Yes.
How was it? Did you have pain?
The second day, a little bit. I mean, after being vaccinated, straight away, no, nothing. But sadly, with the time.
Tell what happened to you?
No, nothing. I mean, my arm was a bit hurting me.
How? Like how?
Bit like heavy.
How heavy? You can raise it up.
Yeah, I can't raise it up.
Oh.
And the following day, my stomach wasn't really feeling well. But it's not a big deal.
Did you throw up?
Nope, nothing.
Did you get fever?
Nothing.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Only heavy.
A little bit. Actually, what I heard is that depends on the person reaction. So maybe the second one will be harder. I don't know.
So when are you going to take the second shot?
In 3 weeks.
Oh, so it has to be a month interval.
3 weeks.
3 weeks interval.
Yes.
Where did you take the shot?
In the hospital next to my house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because in Saitama here, all the hospitals are like full. They say they don't have
Enough
the
space.
drug, so you have to wait until maybe September.
What?
Yeah.
What?
And do you think in the future, if you don't have this vaccinated passport or corona passport, whatever they call it, you cannot travel to any other
That's
country?
what I heard. Yes.
Do you think it's gonna?
Definitely yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Like as I said, my family lives in Saudi Arabia.
Right.
Almost everybody in Saudi Arabia is vaccinated with the 2 vaccines now.
On the screen, I can see you playing some guitar.
No, I'm pretending.
Ah, you are pretending. What is that?
Yeah.
Are you still with your friend's
Yes.
son?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
So this was what? Jishu Ega.
No, I was just playing with the kids, but the father, I did a movie with his friends.
This is Jafric
And
Radio.
then, like last year, no, 2 years ago, I think, something like that, he asked me to do a commercial called Call Call. Call Call. Call Center. Call center, yes.
Call center.
Yes.
Meko, I remember that you really like monomane.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago. Forget it.
Do you still do monomane?
No.
Why did you stop?
Here in Japan, especially in Tokyo,
Right.
people don't accept jokes.
Right.
If it's on Osaka, okay. Here in Tokyo, like in Tokyo, you say the funniest joke in the whole world, and they goes, that was funny. In Osaka, you said the stupid joke, and they're omoroi na, nande ya ne.
Why didn't you go to Osaka?
Well, actually, my dream was to go to Osaka and live there.
Oh, so now your dream is to go to Osaka?
No, it used to be.
It used to be.
It used to be when I was younger.
So what is your dream now?
I don't have any dreams now. No dreams, man. But only nightmares.
But look, I remember when we used to work together.
Yep.
A lot of people say you resemble somebody. You look like people in America or like, in the Hollywood industry. There was this
Danny
actor-
DeVito.
Even my producer said.
Yes.
And I think you've done many jobs because of that David DeVito. They played the twins, right?
Yes.
The movie called Twins.
Yeah,
I think there was a
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
There was a story on TV and you played that role, I remember.
Really?
Was it a commercial or?
I don't remember. I mean, I did the commercial with you for the pachinko.
Mm-hmm. No, apart from that pachinko commercial.
I can't remember, no.
Really?
I've done so many things, sometimes I forget it.
So, being in Japan, you came to Japan as a banker, or to look for, or to stay here for like 2-3 weeks and then go back to you came as to refresh, your memories or your mind. And here you are now, 25 years, being in the Japanese movie industry, working. What production have really, be on your hat that you can never forget?
Which job?
Yeah. Job, production.
All jobs that I have done, I'm proud of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for the next job.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
What type of job or what type of movies or what type of drama do you want to enroll in?
Whatever. I don't care.
Maybe you want to do like love story, or you want to do
whatever.
Action, or you want to do
whatever. I'm open to everything.
That's good.
I'm open to everything, and like some people ask me which was my favorite job, or, favorite commercial. All of them, even if it's 8,000 yen job, I don't care. It's a job. I have to do it and respect the people who are doing it. I don't care. I have to do 全力尽くさなきゃならない。You have to do the job, make everybody happy, and that's it. You respect everybody. Because you accepted to take the job, you have to do it.
OK, わかった。メイクさんの好きな日本語は何ですか？
好きな日本語はいろいろあるなんだけれども、頑張るとか
頑張る
とか、
いろんな言葉あるんだけど頑張る。
あとは全力尽くすとか。
ということは、頑張るでしょ。全力尽くすっていう意味は、あなたという人は努力屋さんってことだな。何でも努力する。できる怠け者じゃないという意味ですよね。
本当は怠け者。
どっちだよ。
本当は怠け者だから、だからこそあれは違うことをやりたい。
いやでも俺あなたはよく知ってるんだけど、怠け者だと思わない。because 朝6時でもさ、あなた現場にもいるし、お昼でもいるし、雨でもいるし、冬でもいるし。
You remember, for example, when we did ここは変だよ日本人? I was the only manager who was at the station waiting for the 100 person to come.
Right.
And to check that they are here. It doesn't matter if it's sunny, windy, typhoon, yuki, it doesn't matter. I'm at the station. And it started, 6 o'clock or something like that?
In the evening. But we have to be there like 3 o'clock.
Yes. So I had to sit at the station from 2 o'clock to make sure that everybody is here. And then our chief manager would call me. Okay, everybody is here. Dash. I had to run like for 15 minutes.
15 minutes, yeah.
To the studio.
But you know
I was always the last one to go in.
That program was very, very hit.
Of course.
ここが変だよ日本人。
Yes.
ここが変だよ日本人の話でちょっと質問があるんだけど、
はい。
あれ何年やったんだっけ？結構長くやりましたね。3年4年ぐらいやってたよね。そうですね。あの番組でメックの中ですごい印象に残った番組、その時の番組、シーンでもいいし、何ですか？
僕はここ変だよ。ちょっと疲れた。ずっと駅で待ってて、発言したいんですけども、手挙げても全然回してくれない。結局飽きちゃった。で、当時はね、ビートタクシーの他の番組出ちゃいけない条件だったんですけど、でたまたま、笑い番組あったんですけれども、でその笑い番組の 名誉はビットたけし。
うん。
で、社長に連絡して、ごめんなさい、もう、股間でもうあまりやりたくないから、その笑い番組に、まあ、一回でも構いませんけど、出たい。で、社長は、わかりました。で、もう、その後は。
モノマネやってるじゃん。
その後は。
もっとこのモノマネしてみてよ。
勘弁して。So, like I decided now, 股間だよ日本人。But it's like really long, and like I was really, when I used to go home, back home, I was like my energy completely out.
It was a tough job. I know it was a tough job. It was very, very tough.
Like everybody was shouting and things like that.
But
I can't.
それいいんだけど、あなたの中に残ったシーンとかない？
No. Like I was quiet the whole time. I didn't say anything. I remember we had one guy from Africa. Oh my god.
Zomahon. One day Zomahon will come to this studio.
Oh really?
Yeah. We're still talking.
I miss him so much.
Yeah.
A really nice guy.
Very nice guy, Zomahon-san.
Even like he became ambassador, but he's still koshi ga hikui.
Very, very.
Very polite, very nice. He almost never changed.
He is the same as yesterday.
Yes.
He is the same today.
Yeah,
and
very
he'll
humble
be the same
guy.
tomorrow.
I'm a very humble guy. But the only thing that hit me with him is like when I said to him, I'm French. I started to criticize France. Yeah, but like, so what? Things happened, you know. Don't blame me. I didn't do anything.
You didn't do anything, but to him, it's like, okay, so what?
France. Come on, we are here in Japan, so no politics, please.
Right. So, Megurashi, your last words to our audience.
Okay.
And viewers and listeners. So, 最後の言葉お願いします。
何言っていいかよくわかんない。What do you want me to say?
Whatever you want to say.
First of all, I wish.
Okay. All right, please.
I wish that the COVID-19 finish as fast as possible,
right.
And I know we won't be able to go back to the life that we had before. But at least start again to a better future, a much brighter future. That's very important. But we are, for the time being, we are not able to see the end of the tunnel. That's a pity.
Scary,
yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, in the beginning of the 19th century, no, 20th century, no, 19th. I wasn't born. 20th century, we also had the World War I, and we had the Spanish flu. It killed millions
of people. Yeah.
Yeah, but it finished.
So you
let's
think
cross heads.
Yeah.
It's
a stage.
Yeah, it's a stage.
It will pass by.
We have to learn from it. Yeah. We have, as my boss in Lebanon, Japanese boss in Lebanon said, before you go to bed, you have to think, what did I learn today? If you say, I didn't learn anything, it's meaningless.
Right.
You have to think what you have learned.
Are you a Christian or Muslim?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No. The reason why I hated Lebanon, because of that question. Are you Muslim? Are you Christian? It doesn't matter. We are all, first of all, we are all human beings.
We.
You have to judge the person by his what he's doing, his action, his character, if he's a nice guy, if he's a serious guy, or if he's bad asshole. Not because he's Muslim, he's Christian, he's Jew, or whatever. That's not. It's not a problem.
Well, you look like Moses.
Who's Moses?
In the Bible.
Ah, okay. I thought he was a guy from IMO.
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Any advice to the foreigners who want to enroll in the Japanese, let's say, entertainment industry, acting industry, music industry, whatever, you know, the game.
It depends on on his experience too. I cannot give him advices, but
like someone, for example, someone just came to Japan and he want to enroll into acting or.
Don't dream that. First of all, don't dream that you will be a big hit in Japan. You'll never be a big hit in Japan.
Right.
It's very, very few person, and when you become famous, you cannot do whatsoever you want. Like you have a character. Like take for example, Bobby Oregon. He cannot do what he wants
to do.
He cannot change.
Your movement become limited.
Also, you cannot do anything, I won't say wrong, but when you do a small mistake, you're finished. It's finished.
In Japanese, they say, deru kugi ga utareru.
So that's one of the first proverbs that we were taught when I was studying Japanese in French. Also, because we are not going to become famous.
This is Jafric Radio.
Even if we do a lot of doryoku, a lot of effort, you have to have another job. Like for myself, because I'm namakemono, I'm lazy, I don't have, but because I speak Arabic, French, I do translation of the news from Arabic to Japanese. But because of the corona and things like that, not a lot of. I'm not busy. I won't say. I have sometimes, they still have,
I don't know, unless you tell me.
In the Middle East, things always screwed up. Sorry for my English or my French. So I'm still busy doing translation of the news, what's going on in Syria and Libya, Lebanon, Libya, whatsoever. So I go to NHK and do translation of the news. But Japanese, like everywhere now, are only concentrated about what's going on because of the COVID, and also because now we have the Olympics.
Olympics, yeah. What do you think about Olympics? I was about to ask you this question.
It started. I can't say anything. It started. I didn't want to Japan to have the Olympics.
Oh, really? Yes. Why?
Did you see the numbers of people infected?
Yeah. Hundreds of people like at the Senshumura, ne?
Yeah. Like yesterday it was 5,000 person. We were 1,000 or 2,000. Now we are 5,000.
So do you think the Olympic is increasing the number?
Of course.
Really?
Yes. Yeah,
I don't think so.
I think so.
Okay. Anyway.
You wanna argue?
No.
Okay.
I don't.
You wanna fight?
No, I don't. You will beat me up, so please.
Yes, I know.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. It has been a pleasure with my boss, my uncle, my brother,
You are my boss. I worked at your company. You are my boss.
My friend, Khalil Mekudashi from France. Originally from Lebanon.
Yes.
It has been a pleasure.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for your time for watching.
My two nationality.
Right.
The Lebanese one and the French one.
Right.
But I prefer the French one.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching Jafric Radio and listening to Jafric Radio. And Jafric Radio have an app. We have an app. If my producer can put on the video application.
Okay.
That you can listen to Jafric Radio on if you go to the App Store. If you're using Apple, if you go to the App Store, you can download Jafric Radio. And if you're using this is the app. If you're using Android, if you go to Google Play Store, you can also download Jafric Radio, and you can enjoy the programs, music, news. We have news from the world, from BBC, from ABC, from POP, all over the place. You can enjoy the news from the world. And we are still looking for sponsors to come and help us, or to come and work with us. So please, if you have anything that you want to ask to talk about it, advert it for you, please don't hesitate and just give us a call and we will be at your service. Thank you so much. And until then, we say sayonara. How do we say bye-bye in France?
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Masalama. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Kin.
Bye-bye.
What else?
T-Spice Beats.
Your body will kill me. Now, up in the palm, baby. Ram Town. Now, tell her your body will kill me. What else? Wait.
Baby, mad for your body, yo. Dress for your body, yo. Sing for your body, yo. Baby, mad for your body, yo. Dress for your body, yeah. Anything for your body, yeah. Girl, I wanna take you personal. Fight for your mother like a wrestler. Pay for your body like a painkiller. Baby, your body na sisima. Obasima. Order your Uber, my yentina. Pay for your body like a painkiller.
What else up in the palm, baby? Yeah. See my baby make her realize. Say the groupies and the side chicks or them be lies. They wear bikini intentionally to show ties. Nobody compared to my baby cause they be low price. They get anybody in the boys they be friendly tundra. Now the go swing Kimuda and memo that the lumba. Yes. Made them some the caro crack Jimmy Gunsa. Carpenter team me fear cause I do be a me boompa. Yeah. Boys see me a so pontin and me swimming jam a how she make you say uniform. Say the private to go she make you say backpack. Cause niggas say meaning until I me swimming sin from a black crack. What else?
Fight for your mother like a wrestler. Pay for your body like a painkiller. Baby, your body na sisima. Obasima. Order your Uber, my yentina. Pay for your body like a painkiller.
What else?
Sweet your body na sisima.
Yeah, you see the way you give me better love. Say what that yeah, mommy and I dream better rough. I want to marry you, tina me boo boo prayer was. My member lock it down cause it's in Kaya doors. The testimony, the share when I mean your type. What's answer you who the local rapper and your size. What they will home and it no be money, no be hype. Or more pair would they be do, let me in the eyes. Finally, I won't bet my coma like the Holy Ghost. And can me to copper and then me to gold. Yeah, it took me so long to get you to me. Say I can't wait, I will never let you go, me dollar.
Baby, mad for your body, yo. Dress for your body, yo. Sing for your body, yo. Sing for my honey, yo. My lady, mad for your body, yo. Dress for your body, yeah. Anything for your body, yeah. Girl, I wanna get you personal, yeah. Fight for your mother like a wrestler. Pay for your body like painkiller. Baby, your body na sisima. Oh, sisima. Obasima. Order your Uber, my yentina. Pay for your body like a painkiller. Oh, sweet to your body, na sisima.
You know what time it is. Up in the palm, baby. Run town. Another classic.
Radio that makes you happy.
Natokea Congo, Republic of Congo. Kwa sasa naishi Japan, ndani ya Tokyo. Munasikiliza Jafric Radio Online, number 1 in Japan. Hakuna matata, tuko fresh.
Salve, mi chiamo Manu e tu stai ascoltando Jafric Radio. Freak out! Jafric Le
สวัส
Chic.
ดีค่ะ ชื่อแอมนะคะ มาจากประเทศไทยค่ะ ตอนนี้กำลังเป็นนักแสดงอยู่ที่ประเทศญี่ปุ่นนะคะ ตอนนี้คุณกำลังฟังอยู่ในคลื่นวิทยุ Jafric Radio
Oi, aqui é a Paula e você está assistindo Jafric Radio.
You are listening to